Libra, this isn't about balance. This is about self-respect. So let's see exactly where you've been over-compromising as well as what happens when you stop negotiating. So this is for my Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising, as well as Venus. If you're interested in a personal reading, check link in the bio because you know your girl does them. Also, go ahead and like, follow, and share with another Libra. But let's talk about what I'm showing and what's coming up here. So what I have here is the Lover's card, the Tower, the Queen of Pentacles, and the High Priestess. And so what this really shows me here is that you've been over-compromising a lot when it comes to love, okay? With that being said, you really have a long-term relationship, or this is really what you're seeking either way. But you have a connection with someone, and with this connection, you really want it all, right? However, this person has been showing you kind of red flags, a lot of red flags, but you've been over-compromising. You're like, oh, I'm not gonna see that red flag. I'm just gonna let it be. Oh, I won't look at that red flag. Libra, look at the red flags, because when you start to look at the red flags, you start to realize that you're giving them too much credit. You're putting them on a pedestal like they can't do anything wrong when they have been doing things that aren't really in alignment to you, in alignment to what you're looking for when it comes to a connection. And so that's really where you're over compromising and really what you want. So they might be, talking to other people, might be liking things on social media that they shouldn't be liking. They're doing things that you're compromising. You're saying, well, I really don't like that, but I love them so much. Oh, I really hate that they are looking at other people, but I love them so much. It's like there is something that's actually breaking you down, breaking down what you thought is a foundation, and it's breaking up like what you really have built up within yourself, right? You have built in this self-respect. You have built in this drive within you, but something about this love, it causes you to not see the certain things, and it causes you to compromise yourself versus making them feel unloved, making them feel like they're not loved and they're not cared for and things of that sort, right? So there's a need for you to realize these red flags this person is showing you, so that you can really analyze this connection to figure out, is it really even worth rebuilding? Is it even worth me putting my time and effort into? Because with the Tower moment, the only thing that's going to happen is it's going to have to come down. And so if it hasn't started yet, it's going to come down because the truth needs to be revealed. How you truly feel needs to be revealed. And the world needs to see that and understand that, especially who you're in connection with, especially if it comes to love as well. They need to know your truth before they go all in with you and you go all in with them. Because if we're talking and we're not letting our truth be said and how we're feeling and what's okay and what's not okay, then there's no solid foundation to begin with. And so that is what's being shown here, is that you're not giving all that you need to give in regards to how you're feeling being said, and that's really stopping you from the full potential of finding real love and genuine love that really matches your aura. Now with that as well, I do have this Queen of Pentacles as well as the High Priestess. So it shows me here that you've been supporting them. You've been giving them all that they need. If they need money, you're like, okay, here you go. If they need love, you're like, here you go. But it's not being reciprocated. You are really this Queen of Pentacles, and you're giving and you're supporting them and giving them what they need when it comes to their type of love language and such, but it's not being sent back over to you. And when you start to reveal the real truth behind all of it, that's why the High Priestess is coming out, because when you reveal the truth, you'll see that the love is not being reciprocated. You'll see that they're over and crossing your boundaries over and over again. You'll see that this may not be the true, genuine love that you're looking for, because you haven't spoke and said, look, I'm not okay with this. So you haven't given them the opportunity to fix the things that they might be messing up with. You haven't given them the opportunity to compromise on what they're doing. You're just taking all the compromising on your end and saying, okay, we're just been fine. I'll just take it. It's okay. It's time to stop that, because you're losing yourself in essence of all of this. You're losing who you are. You're losing who you want. You're losing the vision that you've had to have that real type of love of someone that's going to genuinely have your back, genuinely love on you, and genuinely just see you for who you are, and compromise the way that they need to as well. But let's see a little bit more about what happens when you stop over compromising, when you say, nah, I'm not doing that no more. So what I have here is the Three of Cups, the Judgment, the Four of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands. So it shows me here, when you stop compromising, that's when you will see success when it comes to love, when it comes to anything in relationships, when it comes to friendships and things of that sort too. When you start to really speak up for yourself, when you stop worrying about, okay, is this person okay? Okay, let me make sure everything's balanced. When you're like, no, I'm going to choose myself. I don't care if it off balances things. When I choose myself, that's what's going to really bring forth the authenticity of love that I'm looking for, the real type of love, the real type of success I'm looking for as well. Now with that, I also have the Judgment card. So it shows me here, you have have to really analyze. It's a time for you to have an awakened moment within your soul. When you start to think, okay, what's stopping me from achieving all that I want to achieve? Where am I compromising on that I'm over compromising? Where are my boundaries that have been keep getting crossed over and over again? There's a need for you to really analyze yourself and have this awakening within your soul, so that way you can realize how authentic you are. You can realize what you're actually wanting and reconfigure the vision that you had now that you have more wisdom and an understanding of who you're becoming. And so with that as well, you have the Four of Pentacles, which also shows me that you're building a solid foundation. When you start to stop over compromising, step into who you are, you really build a solid foundation where people can't move you, because you know who you are, you know who you want and what you want, and you're not going to let anything else come in that's not that. You're not going to let anything break down your foundation, because you're like, look, I worked too hard. I've been there, done that, and I'm not doing that anymore. So you're going to have a solid foundation. You're going to build stability for yourself, and it's going to open up a new passionate love that's really meant for you. Now, with the Ace of Wands, it can be a reignition of old past love. So it could be the same love, but now that you've talked and you spoke your truth, now they really realize that they need to change to keep you, and they're going to do the efforts towards that. Or it might show you here that now I have a solid foundation. Now I'm only going to attract the right type of people from the jump. And so you're going to have a new love or new type of excitement come into your life that's going to really just give you this passion and thirst for life again and thirst for love, because now you're standing in your truth. And that's what this all comes down to. A lot of times when we try to overcompromise, it's because we're getting further and further away from our truth so that we can get closer to theirs. And that's not how we're supposed to roll. We need to be standing in our truth to allow for all the greatness to come to us, because if we don't, then the universe is seeing a facade as well. So it's always going to crumble at that. And so that is really what I'm showing here. So with that, let me get you an angel number and a yes, no question. So think of your yes, no question. You know, I got the angel number part. But what I have for you is 333, and that's potential. And it says, your chance to reach your highest potential is here. Perseverance has gotten you where you are. You have been through so much, and this guidance is here to show you that you are exactly where you need to be. 333, potential. And then with that, let's get your yes, no question completed. So hi, Spirit. Thanks so much for being here with us. As you know, the person on the other side of this phone got a question. What's the answer to their question? Y'all, that's a no. That is a no. Thank you so much, Spirit. I appreciate that. And can you double confirm that? It's a no. Yep, it's double confirmed. It's a no, y'all. Okay, so that's what I have for all of you. Hope that resonates. If it does, make sure you like, follow, and share this with another Libra. And of course, your personal reading, check link in the bio. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.